A lot of times when runners experience injury, they often blame their running form and they want to correct it, right? They see like, well, something's wrong here. It must be my running form. I better go see a physical therapist and have them correct it.
Right, because if there's a magic fix for their form that could then fix everything else, they think that the running form is the first of the dominoes that everything else will then fall into place.
Today, we want to talk about why your running form might not be the problem, okay? And what we think that you should focus on before you start to just go right in and start altering your natural running form. I can understand why they think that way, right? Because there is a lot of information out there about running form and about the importance of running form. And so those of you that are like, wait a second, Angie, you're a physical therapist and you're telling me that my running form is not the problem, I'm confused, right? Because a lot of physical therapists out there, very well-meaning physical therapists, like when you go to see them, one of the first things they want to do is a gait analysis, right? They want to watch you run. And they should watch you run. I 100% agree with that. Like when you go see a physical therapist, especially if you are in pain or have an injury, if your physical therapist does not watch you run, you need to leave and go find another physical therapist. Okay. So your PT should for sure watch you run, because by watching you run, we can kind of key in on a lot of different issues and see potential problems and potential causes for the pain or the injury that you're experiencing. However, that doesn't mean that we should immediately go to correcting your running form. Okay. I like to look at people's gait and analyze their gait in order to give me clues at like what muscles might be weak, what strength, what muscles do I need to strengthen? You know, how are they holding themselves? How are they breathing? What's their posture like? There's so many things that I can get from a gait analysis. And so I am definitely not knocking gait analysis. Gait analysis is a very, very useful tool if you know what you're doing and if you know what you're looking for. But it might not be that your running form is the exact problem. Getting to the root cause of why your running form is the way that it is, okay? Because running form itself is not the key to running faster, right?
No, not at all.
Right. What happens when you think that running form is the key to running faster or is the key to avoiding running injuries, a lot of times what you'll do is you'll ignore some of the more important, in my opinion, in my very humble opinion, the more important issues of strength and endurance because you want to tweak your form, right? So instead of like addressing some of those underlying strength issues or lack of endurance issues, you're like, well, if I just fix my running form, then I'll get faster. Then I won't be injured, right? And it leads to you kind of fighting your own body. And it leads to not getting faster, not increasing the endurance because you're focusing too much on the running form. And then, you know, this can lead to a lot of inefficiency actually in your running. It can lead to a lot of extra stress and strain on the body. Build that foundation first, okay? Before you start to try to jump in and try to optimize anything with running form tweaks, make sure that you're building the right foundation. And that includes running the proper number of miles that you need to train for whatever race you are, you know, training for or whatever goal you're shooting for. And then building up that strength as well, making sure that your strength and your mobility, like some of those other pieces of your foundation, are taken care of. What about your recovery, right? What about your nutrition? Like, are you getting enough sleep so that your body can actually recover so that when you go out to stress it again and go out to run those longer distances, you're not getting that rollover fatigue as much. Do the foundational work first.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
the end.
That's it. That's what you got.
That's it. And so if you guys want to learn more about what goes into your running foundation and some of those pieces, we would suggest that you get on the wait list for the Real Life Runners Training Academy. We teach you all of this inside the academy. Foundation is actually phase 2 of our academy. Phase 1 is intention. We teach you all about the mental side of running because you got to get your mind right first. Phase 2 is foundation, really understanding all the pieces that go into building that strong foundation and how to actually build a plan to work on turning your weaknesses into strength, a personalized plan. And then phase 3 is optimization, where we go into higher level strength training, higher level nutrition, running form, those kinds of things, so that you can build off of that strong foundation that you've already built. So if you guys want to get on the wait list for that program, head over to realliferunners.com life.com/academy today, and you can sign up so that you'll know when that program reopens. And in other announcements, stay tuned. I'm going to be running a webinar later this month. I've got that scheduled for September 22nd. I'll be opening up registration for that soon. It's going to be a free webinar. I'm going to be talking about how to run your next PR without adding more miles. Okay, so I'm going to tell you we're going to talk more about these foundational pieces and what you need to focus on beyond just mileage for you to set yourself up to run your next PR. Okay, so keep your eye out for that, either on social media, here on the podcast, and then of course, sign up for our emails over on our website, realliferunners.com. You guys, this has been a fun one.
This has been.
So
thanks for sticking around to the end.
Yeah. So as always, thank you for spending this time with us. This has been the Real Life Runners podcast, episode number 270. Now get out there and run your life.